Capricorn, welcome to your full moon in Cancer reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising for the full moon happening on January the 13th. There's been so many interesting readings. Let's see what message we have for Capricorn. Ten of Swords starting your reading, Capricorn. Wow, you're ready to really let something go. Something's done. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. It's the Eight of Pentacles. It's interesting, actually. It's like you've likely had a major realization about something that really doesn't serve you here. Ten of Swords feels like it may have come about unexpected, but I can't help but wonder if this is sort of an inner shift as well as an outer shift. And the dawn is rising here in the Ten of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is on the bottom. So it's like there's this ending that may be actually catapulting you to start to focus and, sort of immerse yourself in something that's going to create mastery. And somehow these events are related in the sense that I wonder if you'd been focused here and procrastinating here, and now it's going to switch where you're going to allow this cycle to end so that you can get to work here. That's interesting. Right away getting sort of a flood of messages from that Ten of Swords. It's really feeling like you're allowing something to go. And it's required a lot of inner strength and courage and trusting yourself. This has been something that's probably, been around for a bit. I was going to say that, but there's the Six of Cups in reverse. So there may have been something that happened here that has come to pass recently. Doesn't feel like it happens on this full moon. It feels like the understanding of how this affects the bigger picture is what you're getting from this full moon's energy. And you're ready to release something that it feels like it may have roots in the past. And that it's really been a challenge for you to have a mindset that says, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's fine. This feeling that this has jarred you, like you've been shaken by this. And so it's like getting your footing after something like this might take a minute. And there may even be some emotional things that are shifting within you as you're accepting this ending or this new way. Yeah, King of Swords, Libra energy rising to the top. Aquarius energy. I wonder if your whole outlook is starting to see something for what it really is. And it was out of balance, so it had to end. Oh boy, Capricorn, I can't help but think that you've brought something down to its knees. And it took a lot of courage and strength for you to do this. And it may be that something was wildly out of balance or out of proportion is the word coming, which is interesting. And it may be that you really had to trust that you were making the right decision. When the King of Swords rises to the top, it's like, I have to trust that I made the right decision about allowing this to end. And also, I'm also feeling that for some of you, it may be accepting the ending of something that was out of balance. So it's not just that I have to trust that it was the right thing to do, but I have to accept it as well. And the acceptance allows freedom. And so that may be where the energy of the full moon is going to support you here, is bringing in some energy to help you let this go and accept it. I accept my past and that sets me free. That's sort of something you can say to yourself to really feel the energy of, I accept the past and I am at peace with the past. I'm at peace and I accept my decision and I trust that it's for my highest good, Wow, I wonder if you held someone accountable. Check out the Sagittarius reading. Because there were themes around that as well in that reading. So if you have placements in Sag, it might be worth watching that one as well. Lovers at the root. This was a relationship. And you're also looking at your own authentic self. I think you spoke a big truth here. And you might be feeling like did I do the right thing? And I think this King of Swords is saying, yes, you saw the truth, you made the right decision. Now just find a way to accept it so that you can feel more grateful than, you know, ungrateful, I guess, like doubting. You know, I guess that would be the opposite of what I'm feeling here, is like, be grateful that you saw what you saw, and now trust it and accept it so that you can move forward without any sort of like doubt, you know. And seeing the Lovers at the root of the reading really does feel like showing up authentically in a relationship mattered. It mattered. You may not have been showing up authentically. We saw that Six of Cups in reverse. I wonder if you were sort of maintaining a certain energy in a relationship. It could have been with someone you've known for a number of years and you've evolved, but how you show up in that relationship is the past version of yourself. And so you may have ended that cycle and said, you know, that's not me. Like, that's not who I am anymore. Page of Cups. Yeah, there may have been sort of this renewal that took place in the past that you are feeling the outcome of now. You know, I'm going to use the word outcome and not consequence, because it doesn't feel like, you know, I mean, consequence works, I guess, as well, in the sense of you did initiate something that was quite out of the box here. Two of Wands in reverse, but it was authentic to you. You were making a choice here that felt like it aligned with you, but it likely had a big impact on that relationship. And we're going to take one more with that Page of Cups. What happened here in the past? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. The wheels were in motion for some time on this, and I think that you may not have been really speaking your truth until recently. And you're being guided to trust that. Trust that you made the right decision. Queen of Swords. And, you know, you're now starting to speak differently about yourself. You're communicating with more clarity. You've just made a major decision, it feels like, here, Capricorn, and it's ended a certain cycle. And that might be bringing in a bunch of emotions with that. And for some reason, you know, the Strength card as the challenge makes me feel like there are moments where you may doubt this. But seeing the Queen of Swords with the World, seeing the Wheel of Fortune in the past, King of Swords up top, it's like, I think you're getting some confirmation. I really hope this is reaching the individuals that need to hear this, because there's something within me that says someone really needs to feel some confirmation that they did the right thing. You know, because I think it may be weighing heavily on you. But moving forward, I think you've got a more crystal clear perspective on yourself and on what serves you. The Hermit coming out as the inner shift. It's in reverse. So, you know, I wonder if the emotions have been keeping you feeling like you're needing to reflect on things. But, you know, Hermit in reverse almost gives this idea of like hiding out, where you may be isolating yourself, you may be avoiding others, you may be pushing people away when really you want closeness that's aligned. You know, it's such an interesting thing, isn't it? When we really desire closeness and we want to feel connected to people, but we don't want to just connect aimlessly. We want to be mindful and conscious about who we're choosing to really open ourselves up to. And I wonder, you know, seeing the Queen of Cups in reverse may feel like emotionally you're within yourself feeling a bit unsure of where you're going to find these connections. But, you know, seeing the Lovers at the root tells me that you're laying the groundwork to create this energy within, and so it will be reflected, you know, out in the outer energy. But you might need to look at whether or not you're isolating, or, you know, how your emotions are leading you to pull back. You know, I feel like you are looking at the bigger picture, but I wonder if you're doing so in a way that's kind of making you feel the difference between purposefully spending time on your own versus a feeling of loneliness. Like there may be something there to clarify within, that I'm not lonely. I'm choosing to to pull back so I can understand my experience. Yeah, outer shift brings in new opportunities for you. 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. I mean, goes from the ace to the 10. So keep going. I mean, this is true. Whatever you've recently shifted here, Capricorn, that you might be sitting in a bit of doubt around, it feels like the reading is trying to confirm that you did what you needed to do. And it's going to bring in some outer confirmation for you. But it almost feels like there's this need to step out of the feelings and move more into the trust, you know? And that will start with how you're thinking about things, that inner conversation, right? The inner conversation sets the direction for things. There's Temperance coming out with the Chariot in reverse. So yeah, you might be feeling a little bit stuck, like, have I pushed everyone away? You know, have I done something to sort of limit my forward motion, or am I coming into balance? I really think Temperance is saying this is going to pass, let it pass, come into acceptance. You're bringing something into a more moderate balance here. And you may have been out of balance, and now things are actually more in balance, but you might not be feeling that forward movement yet. And I wonder what the inner conversation is within Capricorn. Are you setting some hard limits, or are you being flexible? You know, this is a time to be flexible. This is a time to be flexible, but to know yourself and to ground yourself, really focusing on, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, taking care of your physical health, your sense of security and stability within yourself. This is, I mean, with the Hermit in reverse, I think you're likely sort of just focused on yourself right now, which is great. But I wonder if it's time to sort of leave the house a little bit, you know, like getting out into nature, finding ways to change your routines and patterns so that you're there for yourself right now, you know. Yeah, the Sagittarius reading had a lot of these similar themes. 2 of Pentacles to come out with that Queen in reverse really feels like I've got to prioritize me right now in whatever way that looks like. And that, you know, may really lead to you finding yourself, because when we abandon ourselves to make other things work, we really do lose ourselves a little bit. So having the courage to sort of say, I'm done with that, I'm ending that, and I'm going to move forward in a way that focuses on what I feel is my authentic self, and I'm going to nurture that self and prioritize that, those decisions. I'm putting myself as the priority here. One more. Yeah, Ace of Cups in reverse, another card of self-love and self-focus as opposed to focusing on others. That seems to be the way you're going to implement the vision you might have for things to come in the future, is by focusing on yourself and giving yourself a lot of grace and a lot of love and a lot of your attention right now. And I wonder if you were putting all of that in a relationship with someone else, and now you're sort of pulling your cup back. Yeah, there's soulmates with here and now in reverse. There's a relationship here that you may be either focused too far on what's going to happen next. Now that I've done this, what's going to happen? Or you might be thinking about the past because you saw that, you know, there was something that really needed to change. So just try to be present. Take this one day at a time. You've got Take a Nap on the bottom of the deck. I wonder if you haven't been sleeping well. This might be really on your mind, and it's like the reading is trying to say you did what you had to do. Now let's just work on accepting it. And there is a relationship here where you've pulled your energy away, and now you're focusing more on what serves you instead of just like what will make that person happy. What will make that person love me? What will make that person pleased with me? What will bring peace to the energy between the things, even if it's at my own cost? And it feels like you're just not doing that anymore. And it might be making you really uncomfortable, but it feels like the reading is saying you did the right thing. So I hope that confirmation brings you some peace, because it feels like you did what you had to do. Oops, that fell on the floor. One sec. Communication is key. Yeah, that inner conversation is key. And you know, it's interesting. The bottom of the deck is you and your loved ones are safe. I think you're worried about how someone else is feeling. And you might need to just focus on how you're feeling. And that might feel totally unfamiliar right now. You know, you might be thinking that, you know, you're questioning yourself based on that. You're doubting yourself. And that's the challenge, is to trust yourself and to feel confident in your actions and to be in the present with this. Don't think ahead and don't think backwards. Just think right now, what do I need to do for myself? You know, it's like there's something here that makes me feel like this is maybe the first time in a long time that you're being really real. And you may have ended something that needed to end, but it feels like, yeah, hold your vision. Don't go and doubt yourself. It just might feel like you released something that you may have been hanging on to for a bit. When we saw that Six of Cups, it says, what do you need to release on this card? So I feel like this reading is trying to confirm that you had to change something to implement a new vision for yourself. You couldn't keep this going in the way that it was moving anymore. Wow. I hope this feels like confirmation to who needs to hear that right now. Just keep focusing on being there for yourself and stay in the present moment. Just bring those thoughts back into the present and watch the inner conversations and the outer conversations you're having about this, you know, and hold that vision that you're trying to implement for yourself. You got this. Okay, Capricorn, those are the messages I have for you. I hope this reading has been helpful, and we'll see you again soon for the next reading. Take care, my friends.